Let's shake it up before the first introduction to our podcast. All right.
Let's get it.
So, don't have a name yet. Me and Jay are starting a new podcast. You guys know there's a Full Send podcast. Obviously, Steve will do it, has his podcast on Spotify. But I think it's his time. Me and him, two best friends, grew up together, went to high school together. And I think we have a lot of stories to tell. I think definitely this episode is an introduction to, kind of how we came up and kind of how, we discovered NELK, how they brought us into their arms, which we're so grateful. Obviously, Kyle, Jesse, Steve as well. The whole Full Send team, John Shahidi, Sam Shahidi, everyone has believed in us. And I think it's great to start a podcast. Obviously, the first episode is not going to be the same as the next coming, but I think having an introduction and letting you guys know how we came up, because we have a lot of crazy stories to tell, right?
100%.
100%. So how do we start this? All right.
I mean, we can start off with my name, Cousin Jay.
All right.
For those of you guys that don't know, I'm Cousin Jay. I'm from Sacramento. Yeah.
Same here, Salim. I'm from Sacramento, California as well. Guys, please, just want to let you guys know, it's our first podcast, okay?
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of people in the comments. I really don't care, but just to let you guys know, it's our first podcast. I think it's just us two. It's different when it's on the Full Send podcast because it's different people. But I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty nerve wracking. Are you nervous?
This is new for me. I mean, this is the first time we can actually have a voice where we can go back and forth, and forth.
Exactly. I love it.
I'm excited for it though.
I'm excited. Yeah. You guys can tell we're nervous.
Yeah.
Just you guys can comment all you guys want, but. Yeah, to start off, want to let you guys know how we, got into the scene, how we got into the entertainment world. Me and Jay didn't have the best of first appearance, right? Like I called you. I thought you were gay when I first met you. Yeah, you remember that?
When you first met me, you actually called me Kodak Black.
Yeah, I called him Kodak Black.
I was actually low-key offended. And I thought that was I was like, get the fuck out of my face, to be honest. And then
it wasn't the best introduction. I'm not gonna lie.
You were just a troll.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Everyone in high school really hated me. People thought I was annoying, but I moved from San Jose to Sacramento. I always say I'm from Sacramento because that was mostly where I grew up from.
Yeah,
but I was a pretty annoying kid. That was pretty interesting. But he took faith in me though. Cousin Jay took faith in me.
Yeah, you always had something in you, honestly, that stood out from other people. At least you were annoying as fuck, but I'd say you were at least
so honest.
At least you're honest, because I'd rather you be annoying and honest than super nice and disingenuous,
Yeah. I mean, the crazy thing is, even in high school too, not having the best introduction. I don't know, where did that barrier break? I wonder, because going from you really not fucking with me, to us fucking with each other that heavy, I don't know how that happens.
That part I genuinely do not know, because when I first, I would just watch you roast people outside the cafeteria, outside of the basketball games and shit like that. But yeah, I would just analyze everybody around me, and yeah, you're just being yourself. That's what I really admired.
Yeah, that was the one thing with me and Jay. Obviously he had his brand. If you guys don't know already, Girls of Artists. He's been growing this brand since high school. So
2017.
Yeah. And he was the first person. It's crazy because I was still trying to find my passion as well, and what I wanted to do. And I seen, dude, this guy was selling clothes at school. He was basically the Prada of Kasuma Soap.
No,
he was the Prada. He was like the Mike Amiri. If you hear clothing, you're gonna hear Girls of Artists. So
yeah, I was really him.
Yeah.
Really
okay. Have the confidence.
No, bro. Yeah, I started late 2017 on making clothes.
Yeah.
Before that, in middle school, to fund that, I would just sell candy for 50 cents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember
those little Mexican lollipops with the little chili, whatever you call it on
Talk
there?
to the camera. Hey, let's talk to the people.
Yeah, those little Mexican lollipops? It had the little chili on it. The watermelon and mango ones, 50 cents. Just sold them left and right. I'm okay. Let's be honest.
No, we're keeping this. We're keeping this. Everything that is happening, because I want people to honestly see this. I don't really care. Roast us however you want. It's our first podcast.
Yeah, roast me.
I'd rather just talk in a way where You know what,
100%.
man? If you see my mistakes, if you guys see, obviously, I'm not fucking Joe Rogan.
No, yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, no one's really Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
Joe
this
Rogan's
is very new,
But,
especially for myself.
Yeah, it's new for me as well. I mean, I've done the Full Send podcast as well, but it's kind of, it's different when it's like a one-on, like I feel as if I'm talking to you one-on-one right now.
Yeah, it's like we do this on a regular off camera.
Yeah.
We do film a lot of videos together, like with our group and with NELK and everything, but it's just, I mean, I feel like I'm in an interrogation room. Like we got all these cameras, like why are you just like stalking me? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty nerve-wracking, but like going back to that too, like, yeah, Jay stood like candy, and then it went into clothing. And the one thing I like really, really loved, because he basically had me as like, I mean, you helped me a lot with like, because I wanted to start clothing. I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I started clothing. I was like, bro, how the fuck are you making so much money in high school? Like this guy's like carrying racks everywhere. And mind you, like the high school that we went to, like you couldn't show that money. So for him to show it to me was kind of like, damn, you putting trust in me. Because everyone used to steal at our high school. It was a pretty bad high school. You know, there was a lot of like people getting jumped, you know what I mean? People, you know, taking the bus, you know, just random shit happening to innocent people. And it was crazy because he showed me all the money he was making. I remember you pulled out your duffel bag
my fanny pack
next to your car. Yeah, next to the Toyota Corolla.
Yeah.
That was crazy. But yeah, I mean, he basically helped me a lot with just understanding. I think that's when I like really, really understood businesses from Jay. And then I started carrying that on. But I mean, ultimately, you know, high school was crazy because there was just so much shit going on, right?
Yeah, I actually do remember now. You were writing music, right?
I was okay. He's bringing.
You were like an artist before him.
Yeah. Okay. So I was
what
back then. I was like really thinking, damn.
Yeah.
I could maybe be the next rapper. I was still trying to find myself. You know, it's great that you guys know this, honestly, because I think it's good to just bring this shit out. But yeah, I had notes written. We'll pop it up on the screen.
You had the flat top. You had the flat top.
Flat top. You know, you guys can roast me. I have a lot of photos that you guys can roast me on. But we'll pop it up on the screen. Tell me what you guys think of my raps. I'll give it to you guys. It's in my Snapchat camera.
So did you like only write it down, or were you like actually doing it? I forget.
I was trying. You know what I mean? I didn't have the, you know what I mean? As you could tell, I sound very whitewashed. So, I mean, it wasn't like, you know what I mean? But yeah, music was one thing that I was really trying to pursue, like at 16, 17. You know, I just didn't want to do school. I think that was very relatable too with Jay. Yeah, talk about that as well.
I absolutely hated school, bro. I dreaded being there. It was just annoying.
Yeah.
Like just sitting there, being told what to do all the time.
Yeah.
Like I like just having my own freedom and doing what I want to do. I mean, it's different with NELK. We're not necessarily told what to do, but it's like we're guided in a way where it's like we can do what we want, but also work together.
Like, it's the greatest thing ever. And obviously we'll get to that as well. I mean, this whole podcast for the first episode is to really like tell you how we like came up, you know, single mother household. There's a bunch of shit. I don't know how long this podcast is going to be, but I want to tell the whole story. But
I'm down.
But yeah, I mean, high school, you know, he had his business going, and you know, everything was going great in high school, and I was just trying to figure out where I was going. And ultimately, you know, obviously videos of my senior year, that's when shit started popping off, and it was because of this guy, because he helped me like film every day. Like I was a senior and he was already graduated. So like I would skip second period and I would walk to his house because it was like about, I'd say like 2 blocks.
Yeah, like no more than a mile.
Yeah, no more than a mile. But he was even getting shit from his mom, like coming out and stuff like that. So yeah, all thanks to this guy as well. You know, he really helped a lot.
But you played your part at the same time.
Yeah. We both played it, which is great. You know what I mean? So, you know, changing topics here.
Yeah.
And going into like even that type of lifestyle of living in like a single mother household, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of questions. And I'm sure a lot of you guys probably can relate to this in the comments, you know what I mean? Growing up in like a single parent household, you know what I mean? There's people out there that have hella questions, you know what I mean? But I'm glad that we really, really like, you know, put that aside and really focus on our shit. And you could talk about that more as well.
100%. How do you think that like affected your upbringing? Like with having a single mother?
You know, at first it didn't really affect me.
Okay.
But now, you know, seeing everything in life now and like starting to understand like, damn, we've kind of lived a life that not most 21-year-olds or 20-year-olds have lived. You know what I mean? Yeah. So when you start to get everything you want, then you start thinking about like shit that's like most important. You know what I mean? I think family is like most important. I always tell that to everybody. That was probably my one key thing is like pushing it away, but then also understanding what's the bigger picture. And you could explain as well. I want to hear yours.
Yeah, on my perspective, I mean, I didn't have like I mean, I had a super close, but not super close relationship with my mother, just because, I mean, my father not being in my life affected her.
And I have my story as well too.
Yeah.
But, you know, we can get so deep into it.
Oh my gosh.
We can get so deep into it.
We can get deep. We can get
really deep. But let's really, really tell them how transitioning to LA was, because we lived in a car.
It was a 2002 Ford Taurus. My mom actually helped me go half on that. For me, like selling the candy and selling clothes and whatnot, that money, we used that to purchase a Ford Taurus. And I'm super grateful for my mother for doing that for me, because that allowed us to travel back and forth to LA. Mm-hmm. And before we even went to LA the first time, remember that time we went to a party. They had people standing outside the door and we had to pay.
Oh, yeah.
We had to pay to get in there, but the people who were supposed to be charging the people at the door, they weren't there. So we took that spot and I acted like I was like the front door guy. And I was like, yo, $5-10 to get in. You remember that?
Finessing people.
I'm a scammer. I'm a Nigerian scammer, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
what?
Yeah, we used to do a lot of things to even just try to get, I mean, like I was 17 and Jay was 18. And I remember specifically before we moved out, you were ready to go, but I was 17. So I was still under my mom's custody. And for any Ethiopians watching,
oh my gosh,
you already know. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, you already know.
Your parents wanted you to be like a doctor.
Yeah, my mom wanted me to be a doctor, lawyer, all this shit. But dude, it was crazy because when we first moved out and I was in continuation school, I was like, yo, I'm ready to just get this and like let's just get out of here, because I know she's not gonna say yes.
100%. And we were getting like, we had traction, we had motion.
Yeah, we're doing good.
We had motion.
We were doing good, and this is the start of like when shit was really popping off on Instagram. Like things were going so great. I remember we gained like 300K in a day. Yeah. So I was like, yo, if this is happening, like we need to take a chance on it. Like there's no excuses. So
100%.
We did that. You know what I mean? We moved to LA.
Before we actually made the move to LA, I remember picking you up from yours. And then I don't know if you want to talk about that. Your mom coming out.
I'll talk about it. Yeah. So he's picking me up. It's a crazy story. Right before I'm about to go. So I'm about to get my duffel bag. I'm about to get everything ready. And my mom always stays in her room. You know, she reads the Quran. If you guys don't know, like I grew up Muslim. So my mom always used to just sit in her bed, read the Quran, like audiobooks, everything like that. So I came in the house very like sneaky. I remember I grabbed my duffel. I don't know why, bro. I just felt like something was behind me, but there was like no one behind me. But as soon as I walked out of that door, I started sprinting, and it was the exact moment of her yelling. Yeah, like, isn't that crazy?
She was like, Salim, Salim.
She was yelling after me. She was chasing me.
Yeah.
I remember you picked me up, and I was like, bro, just skirt. You didn't even know what was going on. But she was like, my son. She
ran into the middle of the street.
It's not funny, but
it's crazy. I felt like I was kidnapping you, bro.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, in a way,
technically, I did. You were 17.
Yeah, technically, you were.
I kidnapped you.
But yeah, no, she was chasing after me, and I remember for like the first year or two of us living in LA, you know, I would get, or until I was 18, it was like a full year. I was getting nonstop calls from her, and I kept telling her, yo, I'm going to come back home tomorrow. Don't worry, I'm good. And as soon as it got closer to 18, that's when like shit, it was all right. You know what I mean?
Same here. Like I didn't even tell my mom until like 2 or 3 months once we were already in LA.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That I lived in LA, because I knew if I would have told her when we made the move to go to LA that she would have been like, Jordan, you are not. Oh yeah, side note, my name 100%. Is Jordan. Cousin Jay is my alias, but we're getting deep. Yeah, I did not want to tell my mom at all, because I already knew she was not gonna allow that, honestly.
Yeah, no parent's gonna allow that. I mean, you going to LA
with no money.
I mean, nothing. You know, we were totally broke. Like we drove down to LA with a fucked up brake. Remember that brake? We had to brake so far away from a car. Like, you know when you see traffic?
Oh my,
like, dude, it was yes. It was terrible.
Yeah, when you step on the gas, or when you step on the brake, it would take like 30 seconds for the car to stop. 30
seconds to do it, yeah.
And we go down that hill, going down to studio.
It was terrible. It was terrible. I mean, but we slept in there. We had good times in there. We used to eat chips every day.
Oh, yeah.
And then what happened? Remember that? We moved into a family, which is the next chapter we're about to tell you.
That was amazing.
Yeah, we lived with the family for about a year or two, you know.
Like 9 months.
Very good family, very great family. You know, there was 2 sons there was a mother, and unfortunately, rest in peace to his father.
Rest in peace.
He, committed suicide. So we lived with a family where a year prior there was something so tragic that happened, and for them to take us in, even though we like took care of dogs, and we were willing to do anything because like seeing that was like terrible. We used to scrub the whole house. We were basically their cleaners.
Yeah, I mean, they fell in love with our story. We fell in love with their story, and we just became super connected. And then maybe like 3-4 months into being there, that's when things started to get a little bit.
3-4 months into it, I don't know how to like really, really explain this, but like, I always think in a sense of reality that like, no matter how good you're doing and how confident you are, there's always going to be jealous people. I'm not calling like any of them jealous. I'm not even trying to speak bad on them, but there was obviously certain situations where I was like, dude, this is petty. This is that with like, people we're living with. And, we don't have to focus on the negative side of those things, but it was interesting living with the family, taking care of 2 dogs, scrubbing the whole place every day. You know what I mean? Those were times where like I think I'll never forget, because I think, when we were scrubbing shit and the kids were taking credit for it.
Yeah. I mean,
he was a year older than me. The other son was about 18, 19. But they used to always take credit. I don't know why.
I can see where that's frustrating for you.
Yeah,
but,
no, I understand. Yeah, I understand.
I mean,
but
it was beautiful for the most part. Like, bro, they literally didn't have to let us stay there for over 9 months.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's why I want to focus on the positive side of things. That's why, like, never talking down on anybody. But it was hard.
It was not easy.
That was like very hard.
It was not easy at all.
Like having to deal with that. Yeah.
We didn't have jobs or anything like that. We didn't want to go the traditional route as far as like going to school and whatnot. We would just ask people for gas money.
Oh, yeah.
We would ask people for gas money to make our way through life.
We were filming so much, man. Like, it was getting to a point where like, fuck, dude, do we use this money for gas or do we use it for food,
or
bro?
You got Takis, I would get hot fries.
Yeah, so we went that way. We were just like, you know what? These chips are like $1.29, $1.30. Let's just get some chips, use the other $4 for gas, and let's just go film. Because that $5 worth of gas meant a lot.
And then on top of that, sometimes we'd even get like $20 when we asked for $5, and I would be like, God is by my side. Getting $20 when we only asked for $5 or $10 was like one of the greatest moments at that time, honestly, because niggas was broke.
Yeah, there was a lot of nice people. We didn't have shit, man. It's crazy, like, seeing how going from like a really, really small town, Elk Grove, to like look where we're living at now. You know what I mean? We worked so hard for it.
Dreams to a reality. Seriously.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, obviously too, to you guys, there's more to come. I know I haven't posted on my channel in a bit, but just trying to figure out. I'm an overthinker, just so you guys know. So there you go.
I mean, that's why we're here.
Yeah, exactly. And it's crazy because going from high school, me and Jay knowing each other, you know what I mean? Our differences, you know what I mean? The introduction wasn't the best. Going from there, to living, in a car, to living with a totally random family. You don't even know what they're gonna do if you sleep. But I think we were always go-getters, man. Like I just generally believe so, because I think we would never take those chances. I don't think a lot of people would take those chances of living in a car, eating the same shit every day. That it was not good for you. Like hot Cheetos is not good for you every day.
It's a horrible diet.
It's a terrible diet. And going from that to making content on YouTube, making a bunch of videos. Obviously, your brand's doing well. You know what I mean? There's more to it as well. It's a continuous grind, which is crazy.
It's a journey for sure.
All right, so before, obviously me and Kyle and Jesse and all the shit that's been going on with NELK and all the success, we should definitely touch on living in LA, because it was really sketchy. It was really, really sketchy. And I remember I crashed your car into a Tesla.
I was hella mad, bro. We got a fine for, I think, $6,000 for a tiny bump.
It was like it was.
For a tiny, it wasn't even a bump. It was a little scratch.
We didn't even leave a note.
We actually were going to leave, but then we came back. I was like, we got to leave a note.
We left a note. We did. We did
leave a note.
That was so long ago.
And the people, they were like, we're actually glad that you did that, because our Tesla has cameras. And if you didn't do that, we would have like pressed charges and made it worse.
That's crazy, because I crashed your car. I remember one time the Taurus, I don't know what happened to the brake, but it was falling down the street because we were parked up.
Yeah.
In LA, there's certain like streets that are like
super high.
Yeah, super high and shit. And like, that's crazy, man. There's certain times where we had to like really, really, damn.
And through it all, like eating like just chips and oatmeal and stuff, bro, we would party literally every single day, no matter what.
Yeah, we would party. And guys, this is back when I didn't drink at all. This is when I was like Jay sober. Like I would literally, like we'd go out and we just didn't drink at all. I didn't drink. He still doesn't drink. But now I drink.
That's nuts.
Yeah, we used to go to parties every day, just trying to, you know, find new people to connect with, you know, doing anything we can to like, you know, meet people and, you know, continue to grow. But the Instagram, man, like that shit was like that shit was going up. That shit was going up, man.
And one thing I really do admire about you at that time, because you already knew I valued, like I knew the importance of making money, but you seen how you didn't really need to focus on money. I really, really love that, because not the world revolves around money, but it's not all about the money.
Yeah, I've always said that. I've always said money is so concurrent that like I don't think having a little, like, you shouldn't focus solely on that. Like it's not going away. I don't know why I've always told myself that, but you know, when you really like something or you're really passionate about something, right? There's always going to be different thoughts of like doubt or like, damn, I don't got this, I don't got that to make this happen. But I think what got us to this point was like, dude, you know what, man? Like, if we don't have money, it is what it is. Let's just figure it the fuck out.
What's the one L word that I would tell you that is the most important before all this came to fruition?
What? Love?
That'll make you like make it in life, period. I want you to really think about it. It's an L word that is very important. It's a tool to use in life.
Oh, leverage. Oh my God. All right, I forgot. My bad.
So what is it?
I forgot. Leverage. Yeah. No, that's important. So yeah, I remember you always said that.
So like the situation that we were in, like I knew the importance of money. So like I was trying to get to the money, and you were focused like so much on the content that it just balanced itself out.
Yeah.
And once we both dialed in and focused on the videos, bro, literally we tried doing promos for a little bit.
Yeah, I was trying to do promos, like 10-minute promos
on your Instagram.
Or $10 promos. I used to do all those. Yeah, just trying our best, man. Because I mean, it's not easy. Like, it's definitely not easy running away from your mom while you're trying to make good ass videos, and then you got that in the back of your head, like she's fucking worrying.
Yes,
you know what I mean? When you got your parents, like she was worrying so much, I was like, bro, I gotta block my mom out of this right now. Yeah, I gotta like get this content done. But I mean, now she's enjoying the fruits and labors for that.
100%.
But it's crazy. I mean, going to that, meeting Kyle and Jesse, very nerve wracking. You know, shaking Kyle's hand for the first time. You didn't give a fuck. You didn't even know who they were.
Yeah, I
didn't know who they were.
I didn't know who NELK was.
I was tripping out. Like being in the Cloud House, I was tripping out.
You were nervous, man.
I was so nervous because, I mean, you're going to the Cloud House. You know what I mean? Like, I've been watching these guys for so long, and like you get a text from Kyle. It's like, yo, we should film something soon.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like Salim would tell me in high school all about NELK, but I didn't take it serious or anything like that. I thought it was just a whatever type of video. But then the moment when we started collabing with them, I think we did the sneezing prank. Mm-hmm. And that day, like we were just filming on our iPhones, mind you that.
Yeah.
When we took the step to film on these big ass cameras, it was just mind boggling. And then the connection that they had, it was just a whole system. They got editors, cameraman, completely different to what we were doing. Yeah. Like on a whole nother level, movie status.
Yeah, it was completely different. And I always give thanks to Kyle, like 100%. Straight up, because he's always, you know, believed in like anything I've wanted to do.
100%.
Videos, everything. You know, going to the Cloud House was not an easy meeting, to be honest, because you're just looking around at the process of everybody doing everything. You know, you got 905 Shooter. Yeah. I guess fucking off. You know what I mean? I mean, you're just chilling there. But no, we're playing Pong with 905. Yeah. But then you have Jesse working on, you know, the edit. He's with Osgod. Yeah. You got Adrian. Man. You got a bunch of like, just a great team. And like seeing that was like so inspiring. I was like, bro, this is how everything should be. And we will always work to that. Now we have that team, obviously with Jason, Nick, Chaffee, Jay. You know what I mean? So it's growing as it's going up. But it was great to see. It was great to see.
It was definitely nerve-wracking too. And on top of that, I remember what really made us click with NELK is when we started talking about girls. Like, we just connected so well, especially Bradley. He was just super good with advice. It's like, I had the hardest time with talking to girls, bro.
Yeah.
I could not, before clout, bro. High school, I was a man. But like after, it was like, honest, I'm going to be super honest. After high school, I felt like I lost my sauce because like, it's like, we're doing this, went from making like $400 a day to making no money. We're getting millions of views on Instagram. Mm-hmm. And then we did a couple YouTube videos getting millions of views. And it's like, it was super humbling for me. So like, it took away a lot of my confidence, and then joined NELK and my confidence like kind of,
yeah, of course,
it kind of flipped back.
Yeah. And going back to what Jay's saying,
so
like
crazy.
We connected with Kyle and Brad just talking about chicks. I mean, we lived in Elk Grove. Like, if for you guys to know, Elk Grove is very small, not a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So going to an LA scene, it's like, what the fuck is going on here, right?
Completely different switch.
Yeah, completely different switch. And I think that's where like the connection was really built up. It wasn't necessarily talking about girls, but I think our ideas of like just different topics, like just talking about different shit, I think it was such a connecting vibe. And from there on out, I mean, Kyle basically said, yo, move into Fredonia.
That was crazy.
Yeah, moved into Fredonia. It's crazy. I always think about these situations a lot because, going back to even saying like the single parent household thing too, it's like, there's a lot of people that don't know how to deal with situations like that. And I think it's great to talk about because, some people feel as if they need failure is it, you know what I mean? Because there's a different, perception. They think they're in the wrong, you know what I mean?
Yeah, when it's not really the case.
I mean, you don't know, but it's always having that idea. But I think what's great of what we've done, and like I said, is pushing that for now and like focusing on us, and then obviously like, trying to worry about it later. But it's crazy. We were both, your mom, my mom, single parents. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, and now, I mean, our parents, like, they're not best friends, but they're definitely grateful for each other.
They don't like you. I don't think your mom and my mom would ever mesh.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, I think so too.
But my mom's Muslim.
But your mom is your mom's definitely grateful for how things turned out.
She's grateful for your mom. She's really, really grateful.
Definitely grateful. But
I remember she was fucking yelling at your balcony. Remember that?
Your mom came to my mother's apartments, and was like yelling like, anybody know where Salim is? Like,
all right, you can't.
I'm sorry. No,
it's funny.
No,
it's funny.
Yeah, your mom was asking like, does anybody know where Salim is? And my mom happened to be on the balcony, and she seen her like calling for like.
I don't know why she came out.
Your mom was asking for Jordan, like she was asking for me. Anybody know where Jordan and Salim is? And then my mom was like, did you call my son's name? And she's like, yes. Are you so and so? Are you so and so? And she was like, I'm sorry. And then she was like, yeah. And then they started chopping it up. And then she got her number and was like, you need to get my son back and whatnot. And that was the same day when we had moved out.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
It was so scary, like, because I actually kidnapped you, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't have turned you in. I mean,
really think about that. I was like afraid.
Imagine I turned him in.
You could have did that to me. But
you got to take.
You held it down. You held it down.
I did. But I mean, that was nice, short and brief. Want to let you guys know as well, I want to make these podcasts about 30 to 45 minutes. I don't want to, we've talked about it as well. We don't want it to be like a podcast that's like very, very long. We want to make sure that everything we say is like nice, short, and sweet.
Straight to the point.
Obviously, giving you guys context and everything, but
yeah,
this is our first pod. Shake it up for the first one.
Let's get it. More to come.
There's more to come. But yeah, guys, let us know in the comments, what you guys like want to see out of this podcast, certain topics, like whatever you guys want. I want this channel to be us growing together. So that's the whole point of us doing this podcast. I think, it's great to have a voice. I think it's very important. And we have the platform for it. So
I'm ready.
Yeah. So we're here to grow with you guys. This may have been the worst podcast in some people's eyes.
I think it was shit.
Yeah, it was shit. But this could be the best. Who knows? But, it's all about learning. It's all about getting better. But we're definitely going to upload this episode. I don't care how stupid I look or how we look. I just want to stout. Like, I literally just want to start from like ground zero.
I love it.
Yeah,
I'm here for it. Let's get it.
Yeah. So thank you guys for the first episode. You guys will know the name shortly. But yeah, we'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace, guys.
Peace.